Good morning students. Today first I will discuss about questions that is based on previous video. First question is write short notes on channel of effective communication. Answer: effective communication is a process of exchanging ideas, thoughts, knowledge and information such that the purpose or intention is fulfilled in the best possible manner. In simple words, it is nothing but the presentation of views by the sender in a way best understood by the receiver. This is the model of a communication channel. Next question: why understanding your audience is important for effective communication? Because after understanding the audience, one can customize the communication according to the audience needs, and when audience can understand what you want to communicate, then only the communication is effective. Next question is, do you think active listening is important for effective communication? Give reason in support of your answer. Yes, because without active listening, one cannot understand how to and what to respond. Only after listening actively, one is able to prepare the response. Next, explain the term stress, how meditation help in overcoming stress. Stress is your body's way of responding to any kind of demand or threat. When you sense danger, whether it's real or imagined, the body's defenses kick into higher gear in a rapid, automatic process known as the fight or flight reaction or the stress response. The stress response is the body's way of protecting you. Meditation can produce a deep state of relaxation and a tranquil mind. During meditation, you focus your attention and eliminate the stream of jumbled thoughts that may be crowding your mind and causing stress. This process may result in enhanced physical and emotional well-being. Next, write short notes on type of stress. There are four types of stress which are given below. Internal stress, it is caused by worries that arise within you. Environmental stress, it is caused by environmental factors that are around you. Fatigue, it is caused by overwork and long hours at work. Survival stress, it is a kind of stress when you find yourself tied up in a tight spot and you fight for your survival. to teach you information and communication technology skills. In this session, I will discuss about what is an operating system, types of operating system, functions of an operating system, and Windows 7. In Windows 7, I will discuss about icons, taskbar, quick launch, toolbar. First, I will start from operating system. What is an operating system? An operating system, also called OS, is a system software which helps the computer hardware to work with other software. It works between you and the computer. It is the most important program that runs on a computer. You cannot work on a computer if it does not have an operating system. When you start a computer, the operating system gets loaded into the main memory from the hard disk. This is called booting. You have already learned about this in the previous session. The operating system is an interface between the application software and computer. Without the operating system, the application programs would be unable to communicate with the computer. Some popular operating systems include Linux operating system, Windows operating system, VMS, OS 400, AIX, ZOS, etc. Definition of an operating system. An operating system is a program that acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware and controls the execution of all kinds of programs. So here you can see the figure of an operating system, how it performs within a system. What are the functions of an operating system? Managing all the resources of the computer like its memory, processor, input-output devices, etc. To establish a user interface which helps the user to interact with the computer, to execute and provide services for application software so that they function properly even when the system is upgraded. It keeps track of all the programs you are using. Control over system performance, job accounting, error detecting, coordination between other software and users. Managing the file, devices, processor and memory. Next, types of operating system. Single user operating system. A single user operating system is a system in which only one user can access the computer system at a time. Example, MS-DOS and Windows 95. Next, real-time operating system. RTOS, commonly pronounced as RTOS, is a multitasking operating system. It aims at executing applications in real time and it responds to input within a specific time period. It is commonly used in robots and scientific research. Multi-user operating system. A multi-user operating system allows multiple users to access a computer system concurrently. For this purpose, a network is laid down so that a computer can be used remotely. Also, it supports time sharing. Mainframes and mini computers work on multi-user operating system. Next, multitasking and single tasking operating system. When a single program is allowed to run at a time, the system is said to be a single tasking system. In case the operating system allows the execution of multiple tasks at one time, it is termed as a multitasking operating system. Next, multiprocessor operating system. A multiprocessor operating system consists of several processors which share a common memory. They provide high computing power and speed to the users. Example, Windows 7, Unix and Linux. Next, distributed operating system. In this case, the operating system manages a group of independent computers and makes them appear to be a single computer. This is known as a distributed operating system. Embedded operating system. These operating systems are designed for being used in devices for a specific purpose only and are known as embedded operating systems. For example, they are used in washing machines, PDAs, microwaves, computers in cars, traffic lights, digital televisions, ATM, etc. Next, Windows 7. Microsoft Windows is one of the most popular operating systems. It is developed by a company called Microsoft, co-founded by Bill Gates. It is a GUI, means graphical user interface based operating system. GUI that you can use a mouse to give commands by clicking or pointing on the icons and menu items. You do not have to give commands by typing the text from the keyboard only. The first Windows operating system was launched in 1985. Since then, many versions have been launched. Windows 7 was launched in 2009. When you switch on your computer, the Windows operating system starts. It displays a picture called the Windows flag. It then displays a welcome screen. After a few seconds, the desktop screen is displayed. The first screen that you see once the OS is loaded is the desktop. The desktop contains Start button, icons, taskbar. Now we will study about what is icon. The small labeled pictures on the desktop are called icons. Icons on the desktop represent a file, a folder, or a program. You can double click on an icon to open it. The two most important icons are computer and recycle bin. Computer icon. Double click on this icon to check the contents on your computer. You can see the storage areas of your computer, hard disk drive, CD or DVD drive, a shared drive if there is one, and any removable storage device which is attached to the CPU, such as a pen drive. The drives are labeled using alphabets as C or D, etc. C represents the main hard drive and D may represent the partition of the hard drive or the CD or DVD drive. You can recycle bin icon. When you delete a file, it goes to a temporary location, the recycle bin. You can click on this icon to see all the deleted files. You can retrieve the file or folder deleted by mistake by clicking on the restore option. The item will be moved back to the location from where it was deleted by you. You can also permanently delete them from the recycle bin. To delete an item, you right-click on it and select Delete. Next, My Network. It shows the network and all the connected devices if you are connected to the some network. Taskbar. It is the horizontal bar at the bottom of the computer screen. The taskbar contains the Start button, the clock, and the Show Desktop button. It also displays thumbnails for the opened programs. If you point to such a thumbnail image, a small preview window can be seen. Next, Start button. Start button opens Start menu which shows the recently used programs. Search box, all programs list and shortcuts to common folders. The Start menu also contains the option to shut down or restart the computer. Next, notification area, also called system tray, includes icons or some running programs and important messages. It includes current time and date. It also has the Show Desktop button. Show Desktop button, it is found at the end of the notification area on the taskbar. Moving the mouse pointer on it makes all windows transparent and you can see desktop icons and frames of open windows. This is called arrow peak view. Clicking the button minimizes all open windows and only the window outlines will be visible. Clicking it again restores the open windows. Quick Launch Toolbar. This includes buttons to launch your favorite programs quickly with one click. You can rearrange the buttons using your mouse. Just click and hold on a program button and drag it to a different position. Homework for today is first 3 questions are fill in the blanks. Last 2 questions are true and false. Question number 1. The first Windows operating system was launched in. Next, the small labeled pictures on desktop are called. Next, long horizontal bar at the bottom of the computer screen. Next, Windows 7 is an interface between the application software and computer. True or false? Notification area is also called system tray. True or false? Thank you.